A son and a father go through three phases. Phase number one, you idolize them.
Okay.
Phase two, you demonize them. Phase three, you humanize them. Okay?
Very interesting.
And I'm like, very interesting. Like that you go through that, or you go from, idolize, oh my God, I want to be like my dad when I grow up. You know what? You don't ever believe in me. What can I do to make you proud? Like, man, I didn't know what he was going through, that kind of stuff. I should have never said this and that. I'm totally messed up, right? For you, there is one of the talks you're given, which, I understand, earlier mentor might told me, never show hurt, never show pain, always be in the offensive, killer instinct, attack, So it's like, I'm a competitor, I'm a fierce guy, I'm going to get into business and insurance. They didn't like me because I was building an agency, 60,000 insurance agents nationwide. We sold it, I got a fat check, 88% owner. I realized there's a part of you got to stay tough, but then there's some parts you're like, wait a minute, I can't be tough with everybody, right? You're in, I want to say, is this Glendale, Rob? I don't know where it's at. This is last year, September. If you can play this clip, Rob, this is the first time where I watched you and I said, wow, okay, this is Rapid City, South Dakota. You're speaking, and all of a sudden you have this moment. If you can play this clip, I want to get a reaction to this. Go for it, Rob.
And help build America into the greatest nation in the history of the world.
45 seconds, you're holding yourself back?
Well, let me explain. So I think I'm the only politician that ever spoke to music before. And I do that sometimes at the end of some of the rallies. I was a big rally. We had a lot of people. We have a lot of people at all the rallies. Had 100,000 people in Butler, more than 100 the other day, a couple of weeks ago. And we had in California just this last week, we had 107,000 people. So we get big crowds. And sometimes I do my final remarks with music. Now, I always get, I don't know if emotional or angry. I'm more angry than emotional because I don't, and I'm not sure I want to admit emotional, but no. I tend to wait when the music goes on. I tend to wait maybe 30 seconds, maybe 20 seconds. So, I mean, I don't want to spoil your thing, but I want to be honest. No, it wasn't emotion. It is sort of anger, which is, of course, an emotion. But my closings for the rallies, sometimes I play that music and I talk about how bad we're doing, how badly we're doing terribly as a country. We're a third world nation. Look, we are a nation in decline. I mean, we are in serious decline. And now on top of it, they're allowing all these people to come in, and it's not sustainable, et cetera, et cetera. And I go into that during this. It's a different rally. It's a different rally speech. I used to go right from my regular speech, and then the music would come on, and I didn't like it. Now the music comes on, and I wait 20 or 30. So I don't want to ruin your thing, but that's
you know why I'm asking.
I'd like to say,
you know why I'm asking a
question? I would
question?
like to say I was crying but I didn't.
Here's why I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question because I think your life with Americans has been that.
Yeah.
I think you were idolized for decades. Then you were demonized. And I don't know, when I watch, Nixon at his wife's funeral, you see him, like, this guy's got feelings. Pat, when you see Reagan, when you see Putin, when one of his friends, when you see some of the most, Michael Jordan was a killer instinct when his father, when I think about, we don't have to play this, when I think about you, a lot of the folks I talked to, I'm like, man, does this guy have feelings? Is he like that cold all the time? Is he that competitive that it's always never show hurt, never show emotion. Is it like that even at this phase? Like, can I get an ounce of feeling from the guy that I can sit there and say, man, I want to humanize this guy. This guy's like me. Why am I expecting this guy to walk on water? I don't know, I think there's an opportunity for the American people to go through that with you,
I know.
to experience that. And by the way, if you say...
And there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
I don't personally think that the American people want to see, especially at this point, our country is doing badly. I don't personally think they want to see a president that cries. I mean,
I'm not saying cry. I'm not at all talking about crying. This is not at all about crying. This isn't one of those moments like, hey, the goal is to get him cry. It's not that. It's to see a side where somebody says, you know what? I'm going to vote for this guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to support this guy.
Yeah. No, I understand it. And certainly there could be that time. Look, I'm very sad by what's happened to this country. We're not respected anymore. We will be respected very soon. It won't take that long. But we have to fix our country. Our country's broken. This has been the worst president and vice president in history, and now she's, running for president. And if for some reason she won, and I believe the only reason they can win, I really believe that. I don't think people would vote for her. I just don't believe it can happen. But I think, Elon Musk says it better than anybody. He says our country's finished, essentially. Mm-hmm. He said it would be finished. Very smart guy. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say this will be our last election. You've heard that too.
I listen, for
it's so bad what they're doing to our country on the borders. It's so bad what they're doing with the money, the billions and billions of dollars. I think Zelensky's one of the greatest salesmen I've ever seen. Every time he comes in, we give him $100 billion. Who else got that kind of money in history? There's never been. Mm. And that doesn't mean I don't want to help him, because I feel very badly for those people. But he should never have let that war start. That war's a loser. Ukraine, remember, is not Ukraine anymore. Every city almost is knocked down to the ground. Mm-hmm. All those beautiful golden domes are laying on their side, smashed to smithereens. There's no city. You go into the city and every building is demolished. It looks like a demolition crew went through. They've been hit by missiles. This should have been settled before it started. It would have been so easy. If we had a president with half a brain, it would have been easy to settle. And I'm not, everyone would say, oh, this is terrible. He's blaming Biden. Well, I do largely blame Biden. If you watch his words were the exact opposite of what he should have been saying. Mm-hmm. He instigated that war, and he got Putin. There's no angel, and Putin's no angel. But everything Biden said was wrong. That should have never happened. I'm telling you, Patrick, that war, if I were president, even Democrats admit it. And you know what? It didn't happen for 4 years. And it was never going to happen. And yet, I will tell you, I spoke to Putin often about it. I said, don't ever do it. But Ukraine was the apple of his eye. And when he saw how incompetently our country, our president, our stupid generals like Milley, who's a stupid person, when he saw how incompetent we were in Afghanistan, the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country, I believe, when he looked at that, he said, Trump is gone. These people are idiots. I'm going to go in to take the apple of my eye. Would have never happened if I was there. And this has been very interesting being with you.
Likewise.
My son's right about you. Very, very good.
I've really enjoyed it, Mr. President. Thank you for making the time to be here with us.
Thank you very much. Peter.
Yes.
It's a great honor. We'll do it again.
Likewise. Looking forward to it.
Good. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So we thought about you. Everybody said, Pat, let's make sure we get one autograph hat of Future Looks Bright with the president's signature on it and allow people to compete for it. So here's what we're doing. Anybody that places an order of Future Looks Bright, $100, the first 100 of you, one of you will be the lucky winner of this signed hat by Donald J. Trump. So go to vtmerch.com, minimum order $100. One of you will send this hat to you.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.